Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. Happy Monday to everyone. It's evening time here in Taiwan, so I'm pretty sure there are people in all different kinds of time zones here today. And today, Felipe and I are going to be hosting this first Cartesi's ecosystem recap. So for those who have been following us up to this point, we had a monthly dev recap, which had mostly a technical focus. And now we're deciding to amplify the scope of this to make it more engaging, more fun, and also involve other people that are participating and contributing to the ecosystem. So today we're going to have not only people from the tech team giving updates, but also other units like dev ads and other grantees who also hop in to tell what they are doing with Cartesi. Right? So Felipe, can you hear me well? How is your connection going?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I'm having a little bit of trouble now. Just found out that the electric company is doing some work on my building, so I might be on and off for a little bit. But I'm super excited. I think I'm super excited about this transition from having this call be more dev-centric to more ecosystem-centric. I think it marks a great place. It marks a step, a milestone in the Cartesi project, which is that we're finally we have a growing ecosystem that's super exciting right now. I think we spent a long time trying to build the core infrastructure for this ecosystem to be able to flourish. And I'm super proud to be here to now us being able to showcase and then to show the ecosystem itself. So super excited, super happy about this milestone.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a very long journey, and we have been building, relentlessly this the Cartesi machine, which is an out VM, unique out VM in this space. The work has progressed so well, and now things are starting to really flourish in the ecosystem. And I'd like to just say that again. I think I have said that several times before, but the reason for us to build the Cartesi machine and the Linux VM was to allow people to simplify the lives of developers, right? Give them the tools, the environments, the possibilities that they already have on Web 2, but they were very far away from having in Web 3. So it's very exciting to come to this point that not only Cartesi has launched Cartesi rollups with the Cartesi machine, projects are coming to mainnet, but also we have other modular projects in the broader blockchain ecosystem that give Cartesi even more possibilities for people to build more powerful dApps. So with Cartesi rollups and the Cartesi machine, people can do a lot of computation using a real world operating system, but also modular protocols that are building DAs, data availability layers. They also allow developers to build applications that consume or use much more data than it was imaginable before on Ethereum and even other layer 2s. So when you combine those two things together, you can have a new design space of applications, and that's exactly what we're exploring right now. We're super excited with projects like Rives and Bugbuster and many others that are happening. We're going to have a taste of some of those today here. And the last thing I'd like to mention is that Cartesi has recently launched a new campaign. We are radically simple. We believe that actually blockchain tech needs to strive and become very, very simple, not only for users, but even more for developers, so they can make sense of all this complex technology and build applications that make sense to the world. And so we just launched the campaign. I'm sure Felipe wants to add something. Go ahead, Felipe.
I think that was very well said. I'm quite confident that Cartesi is going to be the project that's going to kick off this new wave of next generation dApps, which are applications that were not possible before on the blockchain, right? We've been dealing with the blockchain tech for a while, and you see iterations of very similar applications, very limited in scope. And we believe that there's so much more than can be done. And I really do believe that Cartesi is going to be the project that's going to kick off this new wave of next generation dApps. And I hope the call today will convince you all a little bit of that as well. And as Eric was saying, and I think he'll talk a little bit more about this campaign, but the only way for us to allow developers to build something more impressive, more complex, is if they don't, if developers don't get lost in a sea of complexity from the get-go, right? If you're struggling with a lot of complexity from the very start of your development journey, then it's unlikely that you're gonna achieve something complex down the line. So, but I'll let Eric go over it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And this is not only a quest for Cartesi itself. Of course, anyone can build Cartesi on Ethereum and other layer tools from today if they want. But as modular projects cooperate in bringing simplicity to developers, it's going to be a net positive for everyone, for the whole industry. So we are, defending this idea of radical simplicity, and we are also, inviting partners, projects to join the trend with us, because I think there's no other way for the ecosystem, to be honest. And with that, I'd like to ask someone from marketing, maybe Carmen, you can give us a few words about the marketing campaign before we jump into the presentations.
Hey everyone. Yeah, just to give you guys kind of like an overview of like how we approach this new campaign. We worked with an agency called Blockhouse, and just in reviewing kind of how the blockchain landscape looks like right now, we're seeing that a lot of things in Web3 is quite complex and quite complicated in terms of like even onboarding as well as developing. So we decided to really like strip it back, focus on keeping things simple for developers, and this is kind of one of the USPs of Cartesi. By bringing Linux to blockchain, it's keeping it simple for developers so they don't have to rebuild the tools and languages that they have been using before. They can really focus on what matters. So building like the future of Web3, building new and innovative dApps. And yeah, I think that's a really radical idea and really strong message to own this idea of like simplicity in crypto, just to onboard like more developers and more users and enable like more creativity to flourish.
Awesome. So yeah, so here is a taster of the campaign. You guys can probably see things happening on Twitter and other places all around. Next, I would like to start inviting people from grantees and from the core team to give their updates. Let's try to make this very dynamic, guys. We're going to have on average 2 to 3 minutes each one to to deliver your message and say why what you're doing matters to everyone here. First of all, I wonder if someone from the convenience unit wants to come here. Otherwise, we're just going to play the video. Let's play the video.
Hi guys, I want to show you a quick demo of a dApp using Salsa and Lambada. Salsa is what we called our Lambada server running on host mode. So let me demonstrate how it works with dApp. So first of all, you need to install IPFS. So you go to this page. I'll share the links with you. So you go to this page and you install IPFS desktop and the CLI. Then you go to the console and you do IPFS init. Then you do IPFS even the offline, and you start the daemon. I'm running on offline, but it's up to you. Offline means you're just running locally. Yeah. And you go to Nonodo here. So you start Nonodo and you use this flag here, dash dash salsa. I'm configuring HTTP port so you don't conflict with IPFS. So I'm changing to 8181, and you run it, and you see some message. In my case, I've already have Salsa in my machine, so it is skipping. In your case, probably you don't have Salsa, and it will show a message saying downloading Salsa. It downloads Salsa to the temp folder. So if you wanna, you can list the temp folder and you see the executable there. So yeah, you see the message here and you see this message here. Lambada running at HTTP 127.0.0.1.5005. So, and this is the Salsa, the Lambada server logs. And next I'll show you the dApp part. So I'm using an example here on this repo. You can go to the Lambada branch and you can choose the TypeScript example. Let me show you the code. Yeah, so it's just a normal function here. You guys are used to it. It just calls finish and handles the advance. The main difference here, if you set the Lambada URL here, it will call the state changes URLs here, the open state, the set state, and the commit state. So you can set the URL the way you want. I'm setting here, and you can just do this normal start. Yeah, let me show you the IPFS. So here I'm using two folders here, the incoming state and the state. The state is what I set to be the machine state. What is the content of the machine right now? And I named incoming state to be the new state after I send an input. So this will be the content that is here will turn into the state. So this is what I expect. Let me show you the content of folders. So the state right now is saying hello world latest. So this is this machine's state. And the incoming state is new state saved. So the content of this folder here I expect to be new state saved after I send an input. So yeah, let's see. So I'll send an input. So yeah, you can see here the logs, everything went fine. And let's see the content of both files. So yeah, you can see here that it is now new state saved. So here you can see that it was hello world latest, and now it is new state saved. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Guys, thank you so much for the video. I think it helps a lot. And I'm very happy with the progress you guys are doing. You know, we're talking about how we want to make the lives of developers simpler, and you guys are occupying a vital position in the ecosystem to bring this convenience to developers. So congratulations.
Plus, it's super cool to see coprocessors being tackled by the ecosystem as well. It's something that has been around for a bit, but it's definitely getting more and more trendy. Actually, today, just today, Vitalik wrote one of his famous blog posts about coprocessors. So I recommend everyone give that a read. And I'm quite excited about the possibilities of a Linux coprocessor or Cartesi helping out in that space as well. So that's just super nice to see.
I wonder if someone is coming here from the team or not.
I think Fabio said he's a bit shy today.
Okay.
So maybe we'll go to the next one. Yeah, next time.
All right. So okay, that's a very cool project as well here. I'd like to invite someone from the Express integration team. Otherwise, I can just play the video as well. Not sure if someone is coming here or we should just play the video.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Not exactly on the team, but I can talk a bit about it because I've been following it closely. First of all, kudos to Zehoy, who implemented the bulk of this, and with the help of Fabio from the convenience unit as well, and also Pedro Argento. So first, a disclaimer. Please show the slide. This is currently only implemented in Nonodo, which is our development node. The idea is to mature things so that we can move then to implementing in the production Cartesi rollups node. So one thing that is exciting about this is that now you can send inputs or transactions, right? Not only to the base layer, but also to Espresso, the Espresso sequencer marketplace. And this not only is good because you can have you take advantage of Espresso fast pre-confirmations, which have lower latency than waiting for the thing to show up in the base layer, but also you can take advantage of Espresso's ZA, which is tiramisu, right? And now that without sacrificing being able to use base layer inputs, so deposits, withdrawals, etc., it's all still working. And looking at the broader picture, it's very interesting to be integrated with Espresso, not only because of the reasons I just said, but also because this will probably open the doors for Cartesi applications to take advantage of some other modular features that are what Espresso is all about, right? So Espresso, as the ecosystem on Espresso evolves, we expect to have like a rich sequencer marketplace where sequencers participate in an auction, and there is a financial incentives there to do that, and may allow atomic cross rollup transactions and maybe even cross rollup messaging. So this is all integrating with that is being more of a part of the modular landscape, and like having our Cartesi applications have access to all that. So let's play the video. Let's see how it goes.
In this video, we'll demonstrate the process of sending inputs through Espresso and Ethereum input box contract to a Cartesi echo dApp. On the left-hand side, we'll be running Nonodo and specify Espresso as a sequencer here. On the right-hand side, we have the web front end running. Let's connect to MetaMask and update the dApp address. So first, we'll be sending Espresso input. Specify the namespace first and the payload. Let's send it as a hex string. And we'll sign the message here with now's1 and the payload exactly as we specify here. Okay, the transaction is picked up by Nonodo, so we can query the result via the GraphQL interface. So there are totally 1 transaction, and the payload AAA is exactly as we specified. And it also echoes a voucher, notice, and report. So it's working now. And let's send another input to the Ethereum input box contract. This transaction takes 15 minutes to finalize. So let's resume 15 minutes later. 15 minutes has passed. The transaction was already finalized on Sepolia. Now let's send another Espresso input. So when Nonodo picks up this Espresso transaction, you go check if there's any input box input before this Espresso input. If yes, insert input box input into the database first before inserting the Espresso input. So now let's go check the result. Now we have totally 3 transactions, and The second one here is a input box input with input box index as 0 and payload BBBP. Voucher notice report and espresso timestamp and espresso block number are empty for input box inputs. And also another espresso input with payload CCCC. Okay, that's the end of this demo. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh, that's very nice. So just to recap, Milton, we get fast pre-confirmations, right? So we don't have to wait for the transaction to make it on chain. We'll get some cost reductions. So what, like, do we expect this is going to improve a lot the UX of dApps? Can you tell us a little bit about what do you think is going to be the impact? What dApps this will allow that were harder to do before?
Yeah, I think from one part, more applications that are more interactive, like require some responses in like less than 5 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that may benefit. But I think mostly, I think it's cheaper data, and as you said before, since Cartesi applications allow much more complex computations to be done, but if data is very limited, then there is kind of a cap there to what you can actually do. And we have a number of applications that are out there already, like you mentioned, Blockbuster, Rives, and others that already kind of hit this limit and would really be grateful to be able to use more data. And then down the line, there's all these other things that we expect to happen once we are integrated with Espresso Marketplace and be able to interact more with other rollups and the rest of the Web3 landscape at large.
Very nice. Just a quick question. Where does it put the developers who want to, let's say, create applications on Cartesi plus Espresso? Would they be able to today start playing around, or is there anything else missing here?
Yeah, they could already play around, but it's only on the development node, right? So, but it's already pretty much there. We are still maturing some parts of it, so it's going to change, but it's there. On that development node, it's a possibility you could start. And development itself is the same, right? From the developer's perspective, the back end is exactly the same, and on the front end, you just send it some other place, right? There are some other developments that we may introduce in the near future to help even the sending of transactions to be more transparent. That's coming down the line.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Nice. Congratulations to the team, Zerhui and Milton. Thanks for presenting.
Yeah, we are super excited with this integration. With that, let's go to the next one, ecosystem updates. Less nerdy stuff. Hopefully.
But it's still quite nerdy.
Hi, everybody. Am I audible?
It's perfect.
Cool. So I'm Shaheen from Developer Advocacy Unit, and I hope it's less nerdy. What we have been cooking this past month, we did a lot of integrations from developer advocacy perspective. You might have seen a lot of noise around, we did integration with push protocol, we did integration with Web3 messaging, with XMTP protocol, and there was this integration with Chronicle, Oracle, which if you want some price feeds integrated within your Cartesi app, you could do those things as well. But right now, what I want to share in this call is the crab rolls. So what is crab rolls? It's Rust high-level framework. If you guys are hearing about high-level frameworks for the first time, we have these different set of tools, language-dependent tools, like we have for TypeScript and JavaScript, there's DRoll, and we have Roll Mullet for Go language. And now all the Rustaceans in the community, they can use crab rolls, which is for Rust. And we have a member in our community, Vinicius, by the way, his Discord user is Vinicius, by the way. So he created this particular this tool for people who are building applications with Rust. And what are the things that you can leverage with this HLF is you can use wallets, like it is as simple as just doing a ETH balance of a certain address. So just in a single line, you could do these things. You could deposit, you could transfer, you could withdraw assets by using the wallet library that's included with this framework. And you could do, there's comprehensive docs that Vinicius has released. So you could go through the docs. There's this example which has the whole scope of the asset handling that you can do with Cartesi applications. So very interesting if you want to integrate that with your applications. And yeah, why this is important, because there's a thriving community of Rust developers out there, and we don't just want you to bring powers of Rust on Cartesi. We also want to make it easier for you guys to build applications. So the friction between ideation to deployment, the implementation gets reduced when you start using these kind of tools. So I highly recommend go test it out. You can join Cartesi Discord if you're not there already. There's this. You can tag us, Developer Advocacy Unit, to give any feedback. You can tag the creator himself, Vinicius, by the way. And yeah, give us feedback. We would highly appreciate if people start using it, and so that we can improve it and we see more applications built with this tool. That's it.
By the way, I love the name Crab Rolls. Reminds me of sushi.
I think all the names around our HLFs are pretty cool.
That's yeah, an unappreciated feature of the high-level frameworks is the naming.
100%.
All right, thanks a lot for contributing to Cartesi's simplicity and the simplicity of the entire ecosystem. Great job.
Thanks for having me.
Now you can just rebuild everything in Rust, as the meme says.
All right. I wonder if there is anyone else from the ecosystem who wants to give an update. Perhaps
I think,
Bruno?
yeah, I think Bruno wanted to give an ecosystem upgrade. Oh, nice.
Hey guys, what's up? Eric, maybe you need to refresh your presentation to get my slide. So first of all, kudos for Shaheen and the whole development app group to create those incredible frameworks that make the usage of Cartesi protocol stack even easier, right? It's essential for what we're doing. So on the ecosystem growth side, as our protocol matures, we are moving ourselves much more to be supportive and onboarding of builders and projects that wants to use protocol stack of Cartesi to do modern Web3, right? And this support is guiding them through the right channels and communications, but also understanding meaningfully their objectives and help them to use at the best our protocol stack, right? For those ones, you can reach us in the Discord, where we are primarily located, and of course in our bi-weekly updates that we're going to start sending as well on the Discord, right? What we have been doing over the last months on bringing builders are exactly trying to showcase how Cartesi can do modern Web3 and using this powerful protocol stack to bring novel use cases. And coincidentally, two novel use cases that we've been monitoring close with the ecosystem are on smart cities, one in Brazil and another in Argentina, both already working super close to municipalities in Buenos Aires and in Niterói in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro state. They are on the IoT segment with smart cities and trying to use smart cities on a fully verifiable fashion to implement better efficiency and efficient and frictionless policies on cities regulations, right? Why that is important? It's important because it brings more tangibility to Cartesi usage, to the product, the technology, and how Cartesi is helping we onboard novel use cases in the blockchain. Those initiatives are pretty well advanced. I think soon we're gonna hear more from them in terms of official announcements. but I would like to highlight them here in this presentation today and give a big shout out for our Buenos Aires community and Brazil community. And why that is important, guys? It's important because both these projects are using our Cartesi rollups framework and trying to understand deeply how this framework can open the design space for different use cases that going beyond like simply the file or similars. So that is what we are working on ecosystem growth together as well, working very close to the Cartesi Foundation on continuing expanding our protocol stack in terms of integrations to expand what we call as the cone of innovation. And things are advancing pretty fast on that. As Milton mentioned, we already have a level of integration with Express so that developers can start playing with the technology. And soon I believe that we're going to start seeing that happening more and more often.
Awesome, Bruno. Thanks a lot.
Welcome, guys.
Love to see the Latin American people on crypto. Buenos Aires, Brazil.
Yeah, Buenos Aires is a huge movement now, crescimento, right? So a lot of attention over there, a lot of good builders there, and I'm happy that they are starting to pay attention to Cartesi protocol stack. Kudos for them.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruno.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. All right, so the next module, we're going to delve into the grantee updates. Let's start with Rives.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, Max.
What's up?
So, yeah, Rives is, in short, for anyone new here, we're building an on-chain console. It's actually an on-chain fantasy console. So, in short, it's a place where you can create games, collect games, and play them in a verifiable manner because everything running on it runs on Cartesi, so it's verifiable. And you can essentially prove or verify your score, which is quite unique. The main update this month has been this game jam, the second game jam that we hosted, this time with Forgotten Runes. Forgotten Runes is this NFT community, for anyone not familiar, that is, building out this sort of decentralized IP. I think it's really their whole vision is very interesting, and they came on as co-hosts for this jam, and we had a ton of cool games come out of this, from people that were already previously in the community, but also from new people. Also Anita, who's in the Cartesi community, built something. She's not a traditional developer, and she was able to build something fun. And this is important for us because it's moving us closer to this vision of creating a console for frictionless creative expression, getting people to be able to express themselves through code and games in a sort of easy manner, and that was sort of a validation for that. Now, the creation process is only one of the aspects of Rives. As I mentioned, we have the validation of gameplays that's really unique. Once you put games on chain, you have a ton of interesting affordances that are sort of unlocked. One of them is now that you can prove that you got a certain score. You can create a leaderboard that is kind of trustless, like you're not trusting any central entity in creating that. And in the next couple days, we'll share a bit more on what's coming around those areas as well. We already shared a little teaser around on the Twitter, so if you guys still have access to that, you can take a look. Otherwise, please check out the blog post where you can play some of these games. I have a link down here from the game jam. Keep in touch with us on Discord and Twitter. We're always looking for more people to join the community, but I think everyone will be excited about what's coming up in the next couple of days / weeks. So keep your eyes peeled.
That's exciting, Max. Thank you. I think we're all enthusiasts of Rives here, for sure. I think Rives is such a wonderful example of what we can do with Cartesi that it would be very hard to pull off with other protocols. So stay tuned.
Indeed.
So, sometimes I don't even believe it's on chain. I have to go there and check the code again.
Indeed, yeah. None of this would be possible without using Cartesi. So it's we're kind of standing on shoulders of giants. Cool. Thanks for having us.
Next up, World Tycoon. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, it's perfect. Funny enough, it's a new name as of 2 weeks ago. Well, I'm here to give a quick update on World Tycoon. My partner is actually in the chat as well. His name is Logan. Uh, if you're familiar with Cryptopolis, you're gonna love World Tycoon because it's the same thing. From 1989, there was a SimCity game engine that was created, and in ETH Global Online, Cartesi's head of engineering, Danilo, took it and put it inside of Cartesi, made it verifiable on chain, and we've been building on it and working on it ever since. Logan has joined us in 6 hackathons locally in Texas. He's been helping us with a lot of different community initiatives, and yeah, I'd love to have him give the update. There he is.
Yeah, hello. So Danilo put the basic features, and what I was working on is completely implementing all the other features that he didn't get to complete, which was the animation, the functional animation of the game, and the features like budgeting, evaluation of the city, and querying the data from the in-game maps. And so right now I'm reformatting the UI and trying to optimize how the game is run. And hopefully I can get it up on testnet soon. And that's what I'm working on right now.
Super nice, Logan. Hey, Eric, do you think an on-chain console and the SimCity are those next generation apps, would you say?
Let's be frank, man. You know, we have been hearing about blockchain games for how many years now? More than 5 years or more, 6, perhaps 7. But usually, you know, it's not. It's kind of an overstatement when you say that games are running on the blockchain, because normally what it means is that they are putting the NFTs on the blockchain, but the entire game runs off chain on a Web2 like server. These guys are doing something quite different for the first time here, right? They are actually running the game engine on chain. It means that for the first time, these games are actually verifiable, just like any DeFi would be. So congrats, you guys are really pioneering something amazing here.
It's unbelievable.
Thank y'all for having us, and thank you to Danilo as well.
Next one is Fastlane.
Hi guys,
Hello.
how's it going? So me and Zach are working on Fastlane for now. So Fastlane is a fully on-chain game, which is on an infinite road. It's a play-to-earn game, like as it sounds. You can just try it out on like fastlane.run. It's live, but it's not on tested or anything. It's just like what you said, the proof of concept is live, so you can just connect your wallet and just play around. So none of the actions are on chain right now, but it's gonna soon be on chain. Like all the player inputs. Right now, the obstacles are securely stored on the Oasis protocol. Soon we'll be implementing the Cartesi part as well. Oh yeah, that's it. But fastly for now. And Zach is gonna just pull up some more stuff.
Yeah, so I'm back. Hey guys. A quick fun fact about Narsham is he actually hacked on Cartesi for our first hackathon in 2022 with EZA in Boston. We've actually been communicating ever since, and he's now helping us build a lot of different games. Really excited about Fastlane. If you've ever played Temple Run or Subway Surfer, I think you can understand that it's pretty simple and basic gameplay. But putting this fully on chain is a completely different step. I think Narsham has a lot of different ideas for what we've done, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from the Cartesi community on how to improve the infinite runner style of games. So it's very exciting.
That's amazing. Nice to see a pioneer in Cartesi here from the early days.
Thanks, Felipe.
Yeah, can't wait to try it out. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, guys.
Nice.
All right, who is next? Local network.
What's going on, Cartesi community? My name is Montrez Jones. I am the founder of Local Network. It is a layer 3 roll-up network designed for empowering communities through DeFi and smart city services. Now, the first use case in that, we are building a Web3 lending platform offering dynamically adjusting smart contract loans with real-time data transparency that's verifiable on-chain for low-risk, government-guaranteed loans to real-world borrowers. Now, the current landscape of Web3 lending sees funding that is funneled to lenders that are based in the locality that the funds will eventually be deployed. Once that funding leaves the chain, once it gets off chain, there's virtually no transparency in how that money is being spent, the sort of loan health of the loan portfolio that the funds are being deployed to, and this is an opportunity for greater transparency from that particular sector with Cartesi involved. And so a part of that, we sort of we developed this sort of high level architecture that allows for that real-time data to be collected via Plaid APIs and sort of fed to the smart contract in order to create sort of dynamically adjusting relief loans for small businesses based in the US. And so what that means sort of practically, if you're a borrower in the US, you're or a small business owner in the US, you're probably familiar with SBA loans or small business association loans. And so borrowers can offer that real-time financial data directly to our smart contracts to determine things like loan health by tracking revenues, expenditures, and more importantly, debt service that would allow for, at the most basic level, interest rates to adjust downward in times of sort of strife for the businesses and back upward in times of prosperity for those businesses, offering some sort of relief, custom relief loan product that doesn't really exist on the current market with traditional financial institutions. Now that's sort of like the most basic way that those smart contracts can operate with the baseline data. If we want to expand the vision a bit, we could talk about agricultural loans or USDA agricultural loans, where borrowers can not only offer real-time financial data to our smart contracts, but also offer smart farming, Internet of Things device data, which monitor things like crop health, soil health, weather patterns, and sort of predict the probability that a crop can make it to harvest, and subsequently that that sort of USDA loan can make it to the end of its life cycle. With that sort of dynamically adjusting feature involved as well. And with that abundance of data, we can also begin to update our models to sort of better improve on the loan restructuring to accommodate for difficult crop seasons here in the US. And so that's sort of a basic sort of overview of what the network is looking to do. I won't get into the sort of granular details of how of what we've been sort of up to over the past month. It does our accomplishments do comprise about milestones 1 and 2 of our grant with the Cartesi program. So we've gone with a SQLite Python node for the template setup. Created the baseline framework for TTPS API gateway with Reclaim protocol at the forefront of that technology. And then also built the front end and off-chain back-end infrastructure for connection to third-party services and verifying that data. Now, why this is important, these milestones move us closer to launching a fully transparent, low-risk lending platform with verified data, setting the stage for real-world assets adoption with Cartesi's roll-up technology at the forefront of that. And for the bigger picture, the Local's lending platform is one use case, and the overall mission to building Web3 services for economic development and smart city services, sort of bridging that gap between Web3 tools that could be used to empower disenfranchised communities and government services that already exist to sort of accomplish those purposes.
It sounds interesting. How can members of our community get to know more about your work and get updates?
Absolutely. Yeah. We encourage you to take a look at our website, follow us on Twitter at the moment. We are looking to launch a pilot program sometime around Q1 next year. We'd love for the Cartesi community support in sort of getting the message out there and helping build the community to sort of increase our deal flow, capture the right amount of data to be able to really improve upon the baseline infrastructure of this network. And so, yeah, if you could follow us on Twitter, we're very excited to be working with you all.
Awesome. Let us know how we can help.
Absolutely.
We in the sense of the community. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that was Local Network. Next one is Chain ID for Cartesi.
Okay, hello, this is April from Trendy, and first of all, I'd like to introduce Trendy. This is a full-stack development platform for Cartesi, and it simplifies the development, the testing, and the deployment processes of Web3 applications. And in this milestone, we have some updates about the new features, such as the VS Code plugin integration and things such as the AI code assistant and the improved interfaces. So we have prepared some screenshots to show the visualized pages of these features. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. Hey, okay. Could you share? Could you see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. And this is the first developer kit of Trendy for Cartesi, and currently we are working on the milestone 1, but there are also some features that hasn't been completed. So and also there's no public web page accessible. So we just prepare some screenshots to showcase the actual features, and apologize for the inconvenience if it causes. And you can see that we have 2 main aspects. The first thing is that Trendy is a cloud-powered ID, and it is a full-stack development platform with the following features. And we have listed 8 features which we have developed for the Cartesi grants. And some of these features have been completed, and some of these are also in progress. Okay, and I will show the features and the screenshots of these features. And the second thing is the Cartesi Essential plugin. This is a pre-installed GUI plugin available for all Cartesi projects on Trendy, and this is also in progress now. And let's see some screenshots. Firstly, about the VS Code compatible ID. We have some VS Code compatible marketplace, and we can see in this part, this is the marketplace page. And the second thing is about some language support for rollup development. This has been completed. Also about the port mapping, we have developed port manager plugin, which is developed by our teams, by ourselves. And we can see here, this is the interface. We can add the port, and we can view the front-end pages. And the next thing is about the logger. When we compile or when we deploy a smart contract, we can have some log information here in the output. And the next feature is the plugin marketplace. Yeah, this is completed, and we have some VS Code compatible features, and these are all VS Code plugins, and this can show some details, which is also compatible with the VS Code marketplace. And this is also the detail page too. And the next feature is about the template marketplace. This is in progress now, and we just show some screenshots to show that we have we will design some templates for Cartesi too, and it will show in the templates page. Yeah, and this yes, the templates details. Yeah. And the next feature is about the code sage. This is an this is an AI code assistant plugin which is developed by Chinese team as well. And this is its interface. And when we use this plugin, we can send some prompts to the code sage, and it will give some answers immediately. Yes. And it has also been completed. Yeah. Okay, this is everything that from my side. Thanks.
That's a very interesting project. Thank you for educating us on this, and I'm willing to follow up and see how it goes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Next one, board game framework.
Okay, guys, how are you? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Peter.
Awesome, great. Thanks for inviting us, and grateful to be here. So we have been working on the board game framework that we are creating for Cartesi. Basically, this is a tool that allows any game developer that wants to create a board game on Cartesi to do it pretty easily, and run all the logic of the game inside the Cartesi virtual machine. So this is actually great. For the first milestone that we reached last month, we have successfully integrated Cartesi. We had to modify some features inside the board game logic to actually be able to connect from the front end to the back end and actually receive updates from the back end into the front end. And we were able to run Cartesify on the front end and then the back end, and we were able to run games inside the Cartesi virtual machine. So this is pretty much a great advance for us. We are now trying to go towards the possibility to run to store everything on an SQLite inside the Cartesi machine. We also want to introduce integration with randomization of to add that feature to the developers and allow them to use that from their games. And what else am I missing? Let me check my notes. Yeah, I think for the next part, that's everything. I have a video if you guys want. I can show you a little of how is the application and the framework working out. We have integrated a tic-tac-toe that runs in the Cartesi machine. So yeah, I can go to that. Let me see if I can present my screen.
The games are trending on Cartesi.
Yeah, it seems like it's in the roadmap, right? Let me go. I'm not sure if I can.
You're about to make tic-tac-toe fun again.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Can you see the video now? My video.
It's loading. Oh, we can now.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so this is a longer video that shows how we started everything, but I just wanted you guys to see that
here we are running the Cartesi virtual machine. We are running the game. We have different consoles here for the backend and for the Cartesi virtual machine and the front end. And on the right side, you can see our local host in the machine in the front end. So what we are doing here is connecting to a game, and we want to enter the player ID. We have two options. So basically, we will enter the ID here, and you can see that the pop-up of the wallet comes up and asks for the synchronization. So you want to join the game, so that's why you are signing an input. So we are going from one tab to the other because we are simulating that we are two players, right? And you can see here that player 0 played on one part, and the player 1 is able to see the move and is able to add its own play. You will see here that it updates to refresh the games on the other tab. And eventually we are able to finish the game and see who won right. It should be finishing right now. This is the last move, hopefully. And you can see now that the winner is the player 0, and that also reflects on the player 1 tab, right? So that's all. Let me stop my screen. Okay, great. So that's what we were able to do. We ran tic-tac-toe. This is not limited to tic-tac-toe. Obviously, this is a framework that we are working on and would allow you to work on any type of board game that you want to work on. So yeah, I think this is great. As you mentioned in previously, Eric, this shows that there is a lot of potential for gaming on Cartesi, and we think this is great. We have seen on the previous projects that this is something that is possible because there are a lot of projects doing this kind of stuff. And if you allow me, I would also comment on something that Bruno mentioned before, and related to the effort that we are making here in Buenos Aires to potentiate the usage of Cartesi within government and municipalities and other type of applications. And I'm really excited to share with you guys that we had the opportunity to participate in Aleph Crecimiento here in Argentina. There is a very big movement that is happening here in Buenos Aires. And it was the whole last month was here, and we were participating. We pitched our projects there, and we were selected as one of the best companies and top companies there. And we had the opportunity to showcase the potential there of Cartesi to this large and enthusiastic community that attended the event. So yeah, we are very happy to it was a lot of sacrifice. We had to work a lot, long nights and everything, but yeah, I think it was worth, and we were able to show Cartesi to a lot of people here in Argentina as well.
That's
amazing.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Thank you for being with us for all this time. You know, even the board game framework is super interesting. How many games can you do on this, right? So it opens so many nice possibilities.
Yeah, the potential is enormous. Yeah.
Technically, you know, things like you can do like using account abstraction, things that can make the UX better and better later for users, so they don't have to every single move go to MetaMask. I think it can improve a lot the usability and make it really like useful for game developers on Cartesi. So I'm super excited. Keep going.
I have two quick questions. One, do you have a name for the board game framework, or still thinking about a name? And the second one, is there like any board game that you're excited to see on chain? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I would like to. I personally would like to see chess there. It's like the the first thing I would like. I think it's very challenging to do that. We didn't have actually thought of changing the name. It's like this is what we are using, but yeah, we might be able to accept anything that the community wants to tell us, or the name what the community thinks it should be. That would be great. So yeah, here hit us with the names. And yeah, we are also thinking of possible improvements of this. As Eric mentioned, account abstraction it could be great for this. We are also thinking about maybe creating a module for Unity that would allow to integrate Unity front-end developments into the Cartesi backend running on the Cartesi machine. So this would allow a lot more of potential for the front-end development side while using Unity. That is a great tool as well. So we have some ideas. We would like any feedback from the community on these ideas, on everything you see on the board game framework. So yeah, I think I left on the slides some links or a link to you as well, the Discord channel and everything. You guys feel you want to comment on anything, please do. Is great feedback for us.
All right. Thank you so much, Lucas.
Thank you for having me.
The next time. Bugbuster.
Hello, everyone. Happy to present Bugbuster here. So if you don't know, Bugbuster is a trustless bug bounty platform. It's powered by Cartesi rollups, and it's really a showcase of the Cartesi rollups SDK that solves a real problem in the bug bounty platform industry, in which hackers have to trust developers that they will validate their exploits. And so Bugbuster comes to solve this issue, adopting the code is law philosophy. And we've been working on Bugbuster since the experiment week, October last year, but we've been working hard since then to improve it and to create more examples. And so this month, we have two very exciting news. We've Ethereum's node written in Rust to RISC-V. That will be very useful for us in the task of creating smart contract bounties, which is our next goal. And we've also been featured on Optimism's demo day. So that was very nice. It's being recorded and available on YouTube if you want to take a look at it. And the first news is the most exciting to me personally, because we come from a background of Web 2 platforms, right, that mainly audit smart contracts. And so having smart contracts inside Bugbuster is very exciting to me, because we'll have Ref, which is a very safe, right? It's a production Ethereum node that's running inside the Cartesi machine. And then the developer will be able to deploy their smart contracts in this private network. And the hacker will be able to interact with these contracts freely, also using forged scripts. And finally, the developer will check if any of the invariants have been broken, and if so, the reward will be released to the hackers. That's our vision with smart contracts. There's a long road ahead. Of course, we'll have to cross-compile Forge as well, but we're very optimistic on the future of Bugbuster. Yeah.
Nice. I have a question. When mainnet?
Well, we are on mainnet already, on Optimism mainnet. So if you would like to interact with Bugbuster, you can head to bugbuster.app. We have the Solidity compiler there ready for you to try to tackle it. We are also on X and Telegram. You can point to the QR codes there on the bottom. Also, you can head over to bugbuster.app. We've got links there as well.
I love Bugbuster so much. Normally, auditing and bug bounties on Web3 are done in a centralized fashion, which is interesting to reflect, right, on this. For the first time, these guys are making bug bounties in Web3, a Web3 product. So congrats. I'm particularly excited about the upcoming smart contract bounty possibilities in Solidity. I think it can be great for for DeFi or any application where high stakes are involved. So let's see.
Yeah.
It has a great potential.
Yeah, thank you. It's very good for hackers because it gives them a guarantee of reward, but also for users because it will be transparent to everyone that your platform that you use every day hasn't been exploited for, I don't know, 1 year. So this gives an extra transparency to users as well. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. It's a decentralized immune system for the internet.
Exactly. Great analogy.
All right.
All right.
So finally, what we have here, we have an artistic creation, it looks like. Paulo, sharing a new track inspired by Rives. Give it a listen. Let's see, let's hear. Well, I guess you guys have to click the hyperlink.
I think we're having technical problems.
It's very interesting. I suggest you guys hear on your own headsets, because if I route through my computer, the artist is not going to be happy with me. So, well, that's great. Okay, that seems to be our first ecosystem recap. I was very happy to see all the things that are happening in the ecosystem. Felipe and I bringing them to all of you here, and yeah, let's keep going. The future is very promising. Lots of things coming to mainnet, to fruition, and exciting times, right, Felipe?
Sorry, had trouble unmuting the microphone. Yeah, I always leave these types of calls super excited. Exciting times, lots of new stuff coming up, next generation apps, things that were not possible before and now are getting simpler and simpler to do. We even have had songs, so it's quite impressive. So excited about where we are.
And that's the spirit. There are so many ways to contribute with Cartesi, even creating songs. So just join us on Discord and get involved with the many projects that we have around. Your contribution is super valuable for us. Thank you so much, and I see you next time.
See you soon.
Happy week. Bye-bye.